Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I welcome everyone. I welcome those ones who are new in this channel. I welcome everyone. Everyone must feel welcome, guys. Today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Today, I will be focusing on business studies, chapter 1 notes under legislation, which is legislation that they are recently added. So without wasting a lot of time, I will be focusing on Employment Equity Act. I will be dealing with what? Employment Equity Act. So I hope you know that I give you tips. Like if ever you can take everything that I give you and go and apply it in your final examination the way it is. There's no way that you are going to be wrong. There's no way that you are going to fail your final examination. Okay, without wasting a lot of time, we will be dealing of what? Employment Equity Act. First, it is what? Purposes. What are the purposes? What are the easiest points that you should take on your notes? I hope everyone now is holding their notes where they are. You are about to highlight the notes. Highlight the notes as I will be teaching. Number one, the act that I want you to take is this one. Bullet point number one. I hope you are ready. It says, this act states that employees who do the same work must be paid equally paid. Whereby this one, it says the purpose of what Employment Equity Act, it states is that the employees who are doing the same work must be paid equally, which is there's no discriminating there. It's equality. You understand? We do the same work, we get paid equally. Bullet points number two. No discrimination on the grounds of gender in the workplace. No discriminations on what? On the grounds of gender in the workplace, whereby people in the workplace must not feel excluded or different. You understand? Women and the men must get same opportunities, must get the same pay if they do the same work. If they are in the same position, we don't pay according to the skin of a person or the gender of a person. Number three, promotes equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace. It promotes what? Equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace. This one, guys, is very easy. It's something that we deal with on daily basis. It do what? It promotes equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace. Number four, the last point that you must know. It provides for employees to refer unresolved dispute to the CCMA, whereby here it helps. It provides what? For employees to refer unresolved disputes to the what? CCMA, whereby here, if ever the employee and the employer, they will have some disputes and try to resolve them, but they are not resolved. An employee have a right to refer that matter to the CCMA. I hope we are done with the purpose of Employment Equity Act. We move forward to what the impact will have the positive and the negative, or advantages or disadvantages. Let us start with the positive or the advantages. It starts like this. Promotes equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace. That's the first advantage. That's the first positive impact. It promotes what? The equal opportunity and fair treatment in the workplace. Number two, it provides all employees with the equal opportunity to be selected in a position. It provides what? provides all employees with an equally opportunity to be selected to a position or in a position. I hope you understand that point. We move to the another point. It's certified. A certified psychometric test may be used to assess applicant to ensure that suitable, whereby here there is a test that is called psychometric test, whereby most of businesses or most of jobs or applications, they consider the psychometric test as a test that shows that you are suitable for the position, whereby you will apply for a job. I also apply for a job, the same job, and then let's say we are two and they need one person. They won't say, no, we take this one. No, they have to do what? They must give us a time or an opportunity, me and you, to write that test, and then they will mark it. Then after marking, the one that will get more higher marks than the other, the one who got the higher marks will be hired. So that's what we call what? Employment Equity Act. They did not use gender, they did not use the skin of a person, but they used what? The psychometric test to choose the best applicant. We move forward. It promotes the implementation of affirmative action measures to redress the imbalance in the employment, whereby here they promote what? The implementation of affirmative action measures the redress the imbalance in the employment. Like, I am choosing the easiest points for you. Then we move to what? The negative impact or the disadvantages of a negative impact. Number one, expensive to train or employ someone who knows little about the act. It's expensive it's expensive to train or employ someone who knows little about the act. Increased administration burden, as businesses must comply or submit employment equity report every 2 years, whereby here they must submit a report of showing that they are following what? Employment Equity Act each and every 2 years. So this one, it's a lot of job, because every time they must submit to what? Employment Equity Act, to show that they did follow what? Employment Equity Act, or they complied with Employment Equity Act. Each and every 2 years they must submit. Then we also have what? Penalties. What are the penalties if you don't comply with Employment Equity Act? Let's say you want to go, then they discriminate you, and then they say, no, because of you are colored, go away. We don't want you, we want black people. Then they will face the penalties. Let us hear what are the penalties if ever they will ever discriminate you in that way. Businesses may be taken to labor court for what? For prosecution. They will be taken to what? Labor court for what? Prosecution. Then the second penalties that they may face: fines may be imposed on businesses that fail to comply with its reporting obligation, whereby here they may be fined, and you know that fine, they choose for you how much do they fine you. Then let us hear what are the discriminatory according to what EEA, Employment Equity Act. Number 1, not employing a young woman because she would want to have children in future. That's a discriminatory. Just imagine you are applying for a job and then you get there, they ask you as a woman, do you have kids? And then you say no. Obviously, in the future we'll need kids. And then they say, no, you don't qualify for this job because you will have kids in future. That's a discriminatory. They're discriminating you. Then we move forward. Doing HIV test unless justified by the labor court. That's also discriminating you. If ever you apply for a job and then they say to you, we have to test your HIV. We want to test if you are positive or negative. That's a discriminatory. Don't allow them to know your status. That's your status. Guys, I want you, when you are writing your exam, I want you to apply what I am telling you. Please, guys, please. I don't want anyone to fail. My brothers, my sisters, I want every one of you to pass your final examination. I want every one of you to pass their final examination with distinctions. Now we move to what ways in which businesses can comply with the EEA, Employment Equity Act. Implement an employment equity plan. Implement what? An employment equity plan, which is they must have what? Employment equity plan, whereby they must write down, or they must have a plan that we employ in this way. If ever we will have 2 candidates that they have the same qualifications, they passed their qualifications in the same way, they're in the same age, we must not discriminate, but we must use a process that is going to make the employees or the candidate be satisfied, and none will be discriminated, whereby they implement what? An employment equity plan. They plan how are they going to employ their candidates. Then bullet point number 2, submit the employment equity plan to the Department of Labor. They must also submit the employment equity plan to what? Department of Labor, whereby they will submit that Employment Equity Act to the what? Labor. So if they will discriminate someone while they submitted that thing is going to bind them again. They must submit what? Employment equity plan to Department of Labor, and they must follow it every time they employ employees. They must make sure that they follow that employment equity plan. If they don't follow it, they will face the penalties. Then we move to bullet point number 3. Promote equal opportunities and fair treatment. They promote what? Equal opportunities and fair treatment. This one talks of equality. It talks of equality. Guys, it's very hot where I am. The pompo, it's burning. It's burning. I'm burning. Okay, we move to the last point. Ensures that there is equal representation of all racial groups in every level of employment. We are done. If you want to write an essay when it comes to EEA, which is Employment Equity Act, you are covered. If you will write it on the source-based, on the questions, you are also covered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Danko.